succeed. You can't trust everyone that you meet. I'm so lucky, he's the only one I'll ever need. He will blast off tonight. He puts his life on the line every time he's in flight. A man you can trace, but our love will last beyond time and space.
This Espace is loyal to what we created in 1984.
Light is a key factor for Espace DNA.
New Renault Espace set new standard in terms of weight, aerodynamics and fuel efficiency.
It's a complicated equation to tick every box on a project like this.
Yeah, there is extra pressure, but it's also more exciting.
We are bringing the best of technology as easy to use as a smartphone.
We have to integrate the best of the past to anticipate the best for the future.
We are giving back the most precious thing people have in life, their time.
Six years ago, when we decided to rethink, to recreate the Espace, we had to reinforce the room, the space, to be loyal to the Espace, but also to anticipate what will come for the next generation, for the future.
The idea was to create a new generation which was focused and which was addressing the new families.
It's a complicated equation to tick every box on a project like this. You know, how attractive it could be in pure styling and aesthetics, yet very roomy, yet raising the level of attractivity or even premiumness, if I can put it this way, in the interior, through the materials, through the atmosphere you create on board, through the screens and what they do. You know, it's very challenging.
Espace is an emotional car. Everybody has memories from Espace. Everybody put his own feelings on this car. And that's why we had to seek for both orientation, to be loyal, but to be modern.
Of course, there's the discussions on the naming of cars globally. So, of course, especially on something like this, which is very an icon. But as it fulfills the mission or the very reason of existing of an Espace, then it should be an Espace. So on one hand, we lose the shape continuity, but we keep what's most important, in fact, what it does as a product.
Keeping a name doesn't mean that we are nostalgic. Keeping the name means that we are proud of what we did and what we propose.
So it is something quite exciting to think, okay, we've got an opportunity to rethink, to reinvent a kind of icon, such as an Espace. this platform. Modularity is still important. When you buy such a car, it's because you need space at some point. Whether you need space for your passengers, whether you need space for your luggage, it's important that you've got a car which is quite flexible.
You want the car to be elastic somehow, yeah? To adapt to whatever you need at the moment. So as much as we can, we are trying to deliver this.
The Espace has got a very intelligent modularity. You've got a second row on which the bench can slide, or each passenger can slide over more than 20 centimeters, offering more space for the third row or for the trunk. You've got the ability also to move one or two seats in the third row very easily, just with one hand. So I think it describes quite well the kind of modularity we wanted to offer.
If you look at the center console and its ability to transform actually the way we designed it, the moving handrest, the access to different kind of storages, some dedicated to very specific functions, some very generic, very flexible. So all over the car, there's a lot of very clever, I believe, solutions.
You have always had on Espace some kind of sunroofs. You had two sunroofs in the first generation. You had huge panoramic sunroofs in the second and third generation. So it becomes quite natural to have something special in the sunroof of this Espace generation.
But design for us, the panoramic roof was not a difficult task. It's really an easy thing to do, and it's more at engineering. It's quite a big piece of glass without any structure underneath, so it was very challenging for engineering, much less for us.
All generations of Espace have put a lot of focus on the light. On the first generations, the side windows of Espace were very wide. On this new generation of Espace, we have developed a more robust body, meaning that the side windows are more compact than on previous generations, but we have developed an ultra-wide panoramic glass roof, which is the widest since the first generation of Espace. This panoramic glass roof has a surface to let the light enter of more than 1 square meter. It's more than 1.3 meters long, so it brings some light into the cabin up to the third row of seats. When we developed the panoramic glass roof of new Espace, we had clear technical challenges. When you have quite a low roof vehicle and want to have a panoramic glass roof, it's really an architectural challenge. And we didn't have any room in vertical roominess to package a sunshade for the panoramic glass roof. So we developed a specific technology of glass with our supplier, with a low emissivity layer on the glass of the roof, which keeps the heat outside the vehicle. So you can have the same comfort without sunshade than a normal glass roof with sunshade.
When you want to design what we call a lounge cruiser, it is not easy to make it consistent with the expectation of efficiency. The challenge which we took was to make it very modern in the sense that we've got a powerful engine, unique, 200 horsepower, combined with a very low level of emissions. So it's the latest technology, and it will provide the customer with a powerful engine, but with a very modern level of emissions.
This engine is offering a lot of versatility. Why? Because with this engine, you have an electric feeling, because you can drive electric in the city until 80% of your time. You can drive electric until 130 kilometers per hour. But at the same time, this engine is consuming much less than all the other engines in the market.
All-new Renault Espace is lighter by 250 kilograms compared to last generation. As an example, we used some aluminium forged parts to gain some weight in suspensions. We managed as well to work on many details on the vehicle. As an example, side mirrors were worked with design people to make sure that we could gain 1 gram of CO2. New Renault Espace is better by 7 to 8% in terms of aerodynamics compared to previous generation. We paid attention to the general shape of the vehicle, and at the rear of the vehicle, we managed to drop the end of the vehicle, keeping roominess inside, but it gives much more efficient in terms of aerodynamics. Fuel efficiency nowadays is a key topic for any car maker, and we implemented in this vehicle the latest E-Tech full hybrid engine we have. So it allows us to lower the consumption, and we are basically best in class on this topic. So we have 104 CO2 gram emissions per 100 kilometers, and it allows us to have a fuel consumption limited to 4.6 liters per 100 kilometers. We managed to keep a large fuel tank, so we can go up to 1100 kilometers autonomy, which allows us to cross countries. And for example, you can go from north of France to south of France in one row.
It's a big break from the interiors most of the car companies do. The way the dashboard, for instance, is very slim, is cut in slices, the way the air vents are designed, graphically even, the way the materials are applied to that with the stitchings on the fabrics, it makes it special, it makes it stand out in the middle of the crowd in its own way. Modern is being right in your own time, postmodern is being, after, one step ahead.
The new generation of Espace is clearly high-end, as the previous generation used to be. So I will just give you 2 or 3 examples. The first one is the sitting position and the sitting comfort. You're sitting quite high in a new generation of seats. We provided this car with what we call the OpenR Link, powered by Google, so the multimedia system connected, which is the latest generation and which is so easy, so intuitive.
The first thing that you'll see when you're entering the new Espace is the impressive L-shaped system formed by the 2 central screens with 12-inch diagonal and cluster display in front of the driver with another 12.3-inch diagonal. When you're adding to this the head-up display of 9.3-inch, we are getting an impressive surface of almost 1,000 square centimeters. That is, simply put, the size of 3 tablets all together. We allied with the best, and our engineers here in Renault integrated all that for a perfect, easy-to-use handling experience for our customers. Behind the screens, we have the automotive version of the Android software, the always up-to-date Google Maps, the Google Assistant, and also the Play Store. Specifically for the launch of new Espace, we partner with an industry leader, Gameloft, to develop Song Pop for Renault. A first experience, shared experience involving all the passengers in a car in a trivia, music, shared game that all the passengers can play on the long trips. We are the first to bring Waze on board of our vehicles. We are offering access to the Vivaldi browser, Sybil, radio player, Amazon Web Music.
A very environmental approach.
You can't trust everyone that you meet. I'm so lucky, he's the only one I'll ever need. He will blast off tonight, he puts his life on